Hi, my name's Keith Wymer. Thanks for the opportunity to talk about some of Premier's core values. I wanted to start with being adventurous, creative and open-minded because when you've been a leader for some time, it's easy to get a closed mind. A great way that I've found to break out of this is to invite the youngest and the newest members of the team to brainstorming breakfasts on a monthly basis. You rotate the people, of course. But the great thing is these people come to the table with naivety, freshness and bags of ideas, most of which are completely unusable, some of which are totally laughable. But the thing is, if you get those people coming up with the ideas, if they move my attitude along by a few degrees, then I think it's been worth it. One of the things I most look for in creativity is simplicity. And I always challenge myself to find the simplest or the maddest way to do something. Sometimes both. For example, when I invented the idea of taking call center work down to India, I was the first person to do it. It was nuts. Who would have thought of that? But it worked great. Something that troubles me, however, about this little subtopic is the implementation of some of the ideas that come out of the process. And I wonder whether persuasiveness and negotiation skills also form part of this open-mindedness and creativity piece. But let's move on to the team spirit and feeling like you're part of a family thing, because it wasn't until I became a dad 10 years ago that I really got it. Up to that point, I'd been a child of the Thatcher years, a gung-ho, taking no prisoners kind of manager, favouring my warriors and not really caring about the others. Then when I became a dad, I found out that you can't always move at your pace. And taking that idea to work, I found that I could empathize with people, listen to them more attentively, and the results were amazing. Instead of being pointy, concentrating just on the fee earners, if you like, and making them feel part of a team, I found that dealing with, for example, the lowliest accounts clerk enabled us to get people to buy into this family feel. And so we were getting paid earlier by customers. We were finding error rates were falling. We found on the training floor that customer service levels rocketed. And it was all because I had bothered to include everyone. So it was about inclusion, whereas previously it had been about leading the troops. I wanted to move swiftly on now to the question of staying above the line at all times, because in my career, I've had so many temptations. And a good example is when one of our largest clients, who was worth 30% of the business to us, decided he wanted a kickback from every piece of work he gave us, that I really had to confront this issue of dishonesty for the first time. I was not prepared to get involved in bribery and corruption, but I had nowhere to go with it. I'd invested in people and technology to keep this client happy, and the threat was, by not giving him the kickback, we would lose the business. So I had a lot of sleepless nights because I knew if we lost the business, we'd be downsizing. I took the decision to say no to the client contact, and we did lose the business and people lost their jobs. I lost a lot of money, and it was a really painful and difficult time for about a year afterwards. So do I feel good because I said no and stayed right above the line? Well, frankly, I don't. I still grieve over that, over the people who lost their jobs and over the damage it did. But would I do it again? Absolutely. Once you slip below the line, who knows where it's going to stop? It's a slippery slope to nowhere. Anyway, I've overrun my time. I hope you enjoyed this very brief video, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks.